Yo, how's it going? Welcome back. Episode 11. I can track it now because I can divide 80 by 10. I did some research after the end of the last episode. Just sat down and looked through all of the skills remaining that are not 30. So let's just recap what we have to do. Again, I'm trying to get every skill to 30 before we start doing quests. And then we're just going to do every quest we can possibly do. See what new quest that's unlocked. Do every quest we can possibly do. See what quest that's unlocked. Do that until we run out of quests, and then start looking at skills based on, remaining quests to do and what their prerequisites are that we haven't hit yet. Okay, so if we want to get all skills to 30 before starting questing, here are the ones that are not at 30 yet. Woodcutting, I could technically do, but I would like to get to 40 Slayer so that I can kill Basilisk, so I can get a Mithril Hatchet, so I can woodcut slightly more efficiently. It's not important, don't worry about it. Thatching depends on woodcutting, fire making depends on woodcutting, and this was surprising to me, construction depends on woodcutting. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you're building stuff out of wood, but what really surprised me with construction, I was under the impression that people complain that construction is an expensive skill because it requires people to spend a lot of money on the Grand Exchange, but I guess the initial levels of construction, maybe all levels of construction, you need to spend gold on an NPC to convert your logs into planks. And it's like a significant amount of money per plank. It's like 100 gold. It's not like leather tanning that's more like 1 gold or 3 gold. So that must be where construction becomes a money sink. Oh, hey, I got a random event here. Is this Evil Bob? Okay, this is a fun event. I'll go ahead and start working on it while I keep talking here. So, to that end, construction is dependent both on woodcutting and on more money farming. I'm going to have to make a trek to collect some swamp toads again. I never noticed the thing that pops up here that says Welcome to Escape Rune. That's funny. Give me a sec to start the quest here. I think I might have to talk to the lady that you trapped. That's the fishing spot we want. Got it. Back to the discussion on skilling. Sorry. Maybe, actually? Hold on. Where's the fishing point? There it is. You can barely see it. Okay, for real, back to the discussion on skilling. So construction is dependent on woodcutting and having money from swamp toads. We're not going to do that until we get woodcutting up to 30. Herblore. So I was like, let's go ahead and train some Herblore. It turns out that Herblore is a huge pain to level early on. You can't really target it because it requires drops that are random from all sorts of enemies all over the game. Like we were seeing during Slayer training, we were getting herbs to drop a lot of the time that we need to clean and turn in. So I think the best way to train Herblore is just going to do some of those quests and get some early XP so that we qualify to clean more herbs and do things with more herbs. Oh, you fall asleep already? Nice. I think that just gives you fishing XP, doesn't it? We'll see how much we get. This is a cool random event. Wow, 650 fishing. That's about halfway to 31. Cool. Alright, so Herblore, we're going to quest to level it. We're just going to see how much Herblore XP we can get out of questing without having to directly grind it and enjoy that. Farming seems like it's the same deal. The initial levels of farming don't allow you to use lots of seeds, and like Herblore, seed drops can't be targeted. So being a higher level Herblore will give us more choices, and we can use more of the seeds that have dropped already. So we're not going to touch Herblore. We're going to get some of the farming. We're going to get some of the initial levels from farming, from questing. So Herblore and farming we're not going to do right away. Rune crafting is also the same deal. The initial levels are apparently an enormous hassle. There's not a lot you can do. They're not terribly interesting. It gets more interesting when you have more options, and we need to complete a quest to even access rune crafting in the first place. So Herblore farming and rune crafting, we're just going to get the initial levels from them with questing, we're not going to get them to 30 right away. And then once we hit brick walls with quest prerequisites that require those 3 skills, that's when we'll start targeting leveling them with normal grinding. So that means the only skill that we can do right now anyway, is Hunter. All right, hey, Hunter. Looks like Hunter is actually kind of fun to level, and we can do it right away. So let me figure out exactly where we're going. I guess I need to get a Noose Wand. Noose Wand. Let's see. Bought from Hunter shops in Yanil and Narda. Okay, that's cool. Let me go deposit this stuff and get my teleport gear back. Just have a whole set of runes. That's probably a good idea. So I actually technically have a port to Yanil, but I haven't done the quest for it, and a port to Ardone, but I haven't done the quest for it. So we got to take the long way from Camelot. I think it'll be good once we do the quest focus that we knock those out, so we have all of the teleports available to us. We got to go all the way down here. Enjoy some fast forwarding as I bolt over there here. Oh, god damn it. I'm a dummy. This has happened before. This is where the map, the way you're facing when you teleport somewhere is based on where you're facing when you cast teleport. So I thought I was going west, I was going east. Womp womp. Lost about 30 run energy. I constantly forget that I need to withdraw money from the bank. I'm sure that this is a feather in the cap of RuneScape 3 that currency... I've heard RuneScape 3 currency doesn't take up space in your inventory, which I think is probably correct. I don't know, it's very much a unique item in that sense. I guess having it take up space in your inventory is interesting because then you can lose it when you die if you chose to bring too much with you. But at the same time, you could also still just have a bank option to let you deposit currency. I don't know, I guess it's an interesting... If you choose to bring currency with you, you now only have 27 slots to work with, so... I will have to probably forget a million times before I finally remember to get currency and bring it with me. I'll be off now. Hello. Well, welcome to my Hunter Emporium. We have everything the discerning hunter could need. Let me see what you've got. We want butterfly net. I think we need a butterfly jar eventually. Let's get the other stuff first. So Noose Wand, we need just one. Let's just get one of each of these, huh? I just don't know how many of them are consumable, you know? Bird snares, box traps, magic ammo. Okay, so I can kind of tell from that, I guess. Okay. Probably gonna have to buy more from this guy. Hey, we completed an easy task. I don't know what that was. Yeah, so since I have to go so far out of my way to visit a hunter's shop, I'm going to try to do all my hunter shopping now. From 1 to 30, so I was already reading ahead down to needing the butterfly net. I'll try to get more jars to fill up my inventory here. See if there's anything else it wants me to have. Wield Noose Wand. Trade Alec. Come on, dude. Serious? Okay. All butterfly jars. I think that's it. Yeah, because I need new swan, butterfly jars, butterfly net, an inventory full of butterfly nets. And then it looks 29 to 30. Net trap is a type of hunting trap employing a net trapping hunter technique to trap small them. A rope and a small fishing net in the inventory. Bait increases the chance of catching. Net trapping. I don't know if net trapping consumes that resource though. Where can I get rope? Store locations. Sold basically everywhere, it looks like. Maybe not actually. Not everywhere. Nowhere that I have a teleport to, at least. Lighthouse, Cius, Ardone, Catherby, Relica, Shiloh Village, Port Khazard. Yeah, I haven't been to any of these places. To that end, let me go ahead and pre-buy the rope. I think I'm good. I've got the small fishing net already. But, just in case that's consumable, I'll see if I can buy a stack of small fishing nets also. Okay, so it's possible I may also need a bunch of fishing nets. I just got a ton of ropes. And I don't know if they're consumable. I guess we'll find out when we get to the part that requires ropes. But I gotta go back to Port Sarim to buy stuff from when I didn't have money earlier anyway, so. For now, let's deposit these ropes, and then let's go do the first step of Hunter. Which is what? There's an area to catch polar kebits in the Relica Hunter area. Okay. I think that's where I was farming wolves forever ago. It might be near Camelot, I want to say. Yeah, north of Camelot. Okay, that'll take us a while to get to. Go ahead and fast forward. Getting the camera facing the right way this time. I haven't been to this area before. I cut just short of it because we were fighting wolves. Kind of like all the tree stumps everywhere. Okay, I think we're going to this snowy area up here, it looks like. This is really cool. It's our first time going to a snowy area. I guess there was technically one in the wilderness in that really scary sequence that happened. Wonderful area for a spot of hunting, don't you think? Can you teach me how to hunt? Certainly, I used to peek at my abilities some time ago. I'm more than happy to help newcomers in the field. Anything you had in mind? How can I improve my chances of capturing a creature? The key there is concealment, both of yourself and your traps. Stay out of sight of your own traps. Hide around a wall, hedge, or similar. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I actually didn't know how hunting worked. Hide yourself better by wearing clothing appropriate to the area in which you're hunting. Really? That's kind of cool. Smoking a trap can be useful. Oh, okay. That's really neat. I kind of thought this was just like fighting but with specific gear. Nothing seems to be out of place here. I assume this is where we should be, right? Okay, I might have to look this up again in a second because I'm not actually sure what I should be checking for. Holes, maybe? Closer inspection reveals tracks leading away from the burrow. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I had no idea they were doing something like this. Their side of the burrow, maybe? This is a pretty active skill. I like it. More tracks leading away from this tunnel. Ah. Oh, wow. You find a tuft of fur caught on the log. Something has squeezed through here. Oh, this is so cool. It looks like I have to right-click attack Snowdrift. I found that when I got stuck not knowing what to do. You managed to noose a polar kebbit hiding in the Snowdrift. Polar kebbit fur. Raw beast meat. Bones. Dude, hunting is awesome. It's pretty cool. I guess there's all sorts of different ways to do stuff, too. Alright, I think I get the general idea. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, but I kind of like how active of a skill this is. And I'm still learning how to do this. I got to get the hang of it, I think. Hunter level 2. Very cool. Guessing you sometimes luck out and get more tracks when you first inspect something. It's kind of cool. So you can catch it after about 3, it looks like. That's a bummer. I wanted to bank this stuff rather than throw it out. I have no idea what its use is for. There's not really a nearby option to bank it. So I might just fill my inventory with it and then start throwing stuff out. We'll see. Now, there was an enchantable accessory I could make that improved hunting in some way. I don't remember which one it was, so I'll look that up really quick while I'm continuing to do this. I think maybe it helps you with the rate at which you see tracks or something like that. Okay, so there's like a trick to this. It's like they never went exactly to where the tracks lead, but they went somewhere related to where the tracks lead, I think. So you should never inspect the thing that the tracks are directly pointing to, but look for something else that's kind of in the same direction. I think that's how it works anyway. Hunter level 3, alright. Looks like it's the Ring of Pursuit, so I have to make an opal ring and then level 1 enchant it. Might do that later, we'll see. Now track common kebbits. Okay, that one went much more smoothly. I think I'm kind of getting the basic idea a little bit better. Okay, OpenGL sometimes bust Hunter. I'm like, why am I not seeing tracks? This is why. So it looks like I have to remember to turn it off whenever I'm doing this version of it anyway. Okay, now that I kind of grok how this works, Hunter's a pretty cool skill. Digging it. Yeah, so it's like you inspect the hole. I'll just talk through me figuring it out. It shows you some set of tracks. Sometimes you luck out and you get extra tracks. But where it heads to, the first snowdrift is not the answer, so it's somewhere that's kind of in the same line that it was traveling in. Possibly this log, yeah, and then it's probably in this snowdrift here. That's cool. I know we still have a couple more. Okay, maybe it's in this log. I like that it's not a degenerate task, right? I thought it was going to be, because like, I like thievery, but it's basically mining except you're clicking on a person. I guess thievery is a little bit different in some ways because you know you can pick locks and sometimes you can rob stalls, but a lot of those things are basically a mining node or a fishing node, right? So it's either going to be this one or this one over here. But this isn't like any of the other skills. And there we go. Hunter 4. Okay, and then we'll fast forward for the rest of us. I think we have to go to 7 before we switch areas. Hunter 5. 2 more until we get a new target. I need to see what I just dismissed. I like Hunter so far. I don't know, maybe it gets frustrating eventually, but might be up there with Slayer for skill I really like. Common kebbits. We need to get Feldip weasels, I guess. Is our next step. Golden warblers in the desert. Don't know what sort of items are needed for that, though. I think I can use a new swan for these first 2. Sorry, I had a timer on my phone to wake up my wife. She's got an early meeting this morning. You don't want to know... Well, I guess you can figure out what time it was when I started playing, huh? Oh man, just creating time here. Got inspired by that video with Arnold Schwarzenegger where he's like, "You just need to sleep faster." Don't complain about not having time in your day. Just sleep faster. Hunting seems to be very agility intensive, run energy intensive, I should say. So, all the more happy that we went to the trouble of increasing it. Hunter 6. One more, and then we get a new area. Should be Hunter 7. Yeah, nice. Super fun. You can now track felled-up weasels, which is great. Need to go do something new, because I am out of inventory space, and I do want to try to save these furs. So, unfortunately, the weasels are down in Yanil, which is my longest walk until I do all these quests to get me more teleports. So, we're going to go ahead and go on the super long walk. We'll be back in a little while. Going to try to make a habit of always rotating the camera to face north after teleporting. So on our way to Yanil here, I wanted to make a quick comment on philosophy of the blind playthrough. I've noticed that I've been using the wiki a little bit more readily now, especially for figuring out where I should go to skill. I guess it depends on what we're doing, right? Like Slayer tells you this is exactly where you should go. So my wiki usage is pretty much where are the Slayer Masters. But even then, the wiki for the Slayer guide in-game tells you at this level go to this character, at this level go to this character, and so on. But some of these skills, like fishing, for example, as you level up, it keeps unlocking new fish. Part of the issue is that you can't necessarily know right before you leave, does that fish use the materials that I already have? Am I going to need to get new materials? Especially with Hunter, I feel like Hunter, if I just saw polar kevets, I would have had to have Googled polar kevets, right? Because I have no idea where they are in the game world. And then Googling it would have told me that I needed the rope noose, or the new swan, and I would have no way of knowing that I needed the new swan without Googling it. But I don't even think the Hunter tutor that's in that corner would have told me, right? Anyway, I guess my point is I'm feeling less uncomfortable about looking up recommendations of where to go for doing specific skills and that sort of a thing. Early on, I was a little bit about it. I kind of wanted to go and skill in the inefficient location each time. But I think I'm just learning the efficient location automatically through needing to know what the next step is, if that makes sense. So I don't think this is all bad. I'm still going to try to limit it. I'm not going to, read the entire Hunter leveling up article. I'm pretty much just going to read the thing I need to do now and the thing I need to do next, so I can keep in mind what my mini goal in front of me is going to be. But at some point, as sort of a subtask of getting the quest cape and beating the game, I kind of want to check out more of some of these nodes for some of these skills. I would like to, I don't know if there's an achievement for catching all the fish, but I'd love to catch at least one of every fish. I'd love to do thievery on every possible NPC in the game that I can steal from, and every stall that I can steal from, and every chest that I can possibly open. That seems like interesting, fun content to me, seeing each of those once. Now, none of them need to be grinded. We can do each of them exactly once. But maybe I'll set that as a soft goal. I might have to do some research and see if the game actually incentivizes you to do this. It would be cool if you got an achievement for having smithed one of every bar and one of every item in the game. But I'm going to have to make a determination as to which of those things are interesting. I think smithing one of every item is significantly less interesting to me than hunting one of every huntable creature, or thieving one of every thievable node. Thieving is just there's more going on there than there is with, okay, I'm going to use one bar to make a dagger versus one bar to make an axe versus one bar to make a mace, if that makes sense. So I'll continue thinking on that. Just wanted to throw that out there about my approach and why we're doing what we're doing. Back to Yanil. I thought I'd pop over to this port real quick to see if they had a fishing shop for more nets, but no dice. Place I'm looking for is south of Yanil, it looks like. Okay. Feldip Hills, it's a ways south. Okay, I gotta be careful of ogres on my way down there. This is that one spot where I was farming this ogre over and over. It's pretty great. Slayer is the best. Something about not adding me. No, you can add me. I imagine some people think Slayer is miserable, but something about getting this task that just explicitly is like, yeah, you need like 300 ogres. Go. We don't care. That's what we expect from you. Do it. Not sure, but I think we're looking for... This music is awesome, by the way. I've played, there's so many games that use that particular sound effect, the whoop whoop noise. I think we're looking for burrows for weasels. I'm going to try to find them on my own really quick, and then if I can't, I will check the guide. Okay, it looks like it's actually a little bit further away from the main area to get the burrows. Maybe down here or something. Bushes are the equivalent of snowdrifts. Okay, I think I get it. Jungle plants, interesting. Okay. Alright, we caught one. Alright, so this is very similar to the other ones, slightly different. I'll play around with it a little bit and try to get a sense for it. It's kind of fun how with these you get an intuition for how it works. Like, I don't even know if you could read a guide to get the best sense of where you should be starting with each one, if that makes sense. Like, kind of just have to do it. And then the more you do it, the quicker you'll see where you should be going next. Okay, I think I might get this one. This one's slightly different than the last one. Hunter 8. Nice. Oh, I think the way this one works is you inspect the burrow, and then it goes somewhere, and then there are like up to 2 possible tree plant nodes that extend away from that one. So like here, oh, maybe there's more than 2, but it could be this one, or this one. And you just check them both and then see which one triggers. You hope you get it right on the first try. Yeah, so I follow it over here, and then same deal, it could be this one, or this one. I don't think it can ever turn around. Yeah. And then here we get the same deal. It could be this one. And then it's almost certainly the same track as last time, right? Oh, maybe not. So then it could be this one or this one. Yeah, and then that leads to a bush, and then there it is. Okay, that one's fun. I like Hunter. Back to mute. Ooh, there is a bank near this one. I'd love to make a Ring of Pursuit. I should have done that before coming here. Alright, I'll try to make a Ring of Pursuit before doing the next... whatever the next thing is. I mean, what is the next thing? Hold on. Hunter training, Feldip Weasels to 15. At level 15, we want to go to the Tree Gnome Stronghold. Oh, I think this might be the last one, at least on the way to 30, that would require the Ring of Pursuit. I don't think we need it for Butterflies, our next, I guess. Oh well. Hunter level 9, 60. This is super cool though. I'm enjoying like grokking Hunter. I really thought it was just going to be there going to be enemies flying around, and then I'd have to have a special tool equipped and just touch them. You know, like combat, but with a specific tool. So actually having to track them down is kind of neat. Hunter 10. I'm actually going to take a break right there. I think it's a good idea. So we'll be back with 10 to 15 soon. Hey, so we're back. I am on babysitting duty again. My niece Cameron, her older brother, has been out of school for the summer, and he's back in school now. So she is in the room with me. She's watching Sesame Street. I think I've tweaked the microphone so it doesn't pick up Sesame Street too much. But you might hear a little bit of that in the background when I'm talking if you hear some high-pitched Elmo voice. It's pretty quiet compared to me and pretty quiet compared to the game audio. After doing some testing, I don't think it's that distracting. Let's go ahead and continue doing Hunter. Try and get to 15 here. Hunter 11. Yeah, I'm really starting to see the Matrix with Hunter a little bit better, if that makes sense. Like, I can really see how there's like a bunch of nodes, right? And each node has 3 connecting nodes, but only 2 of those nodes can be legal as the next path, because one of them technically going backwards. Like it's either this one or this one. It's fun. Cammy, you saying your ABCs? Good job. Hunter level 12. Hunter 13. Alright, inventory's full, gotta run to the bank that's not far from here. And we'll be right back. Took that agility shortcut super close. Hopefully I have enough for it. This seems like a little bit of a later game area, but climb rocks. Heck yeah! Very nice. Okay, this character, Yusuf, says, bank's closed, go away. So I wonder if this is like a bank that you have to unlock via a quest? I'm gonna look it up real quick, I'm curious. Nope, you have to do a quest to be able to talk to him. So let me see if I can go to the further away bank. Woof, if I want a bank, I might need to go all the way to Yanil. I don't know if it's worth it for these skins. How much are they worth? They're worth nothing, it turns out. Okay. I wonder why these ones are worth nothing, but the ones I was collecting earlier are worth a decent amount. I'll go ahead and drop them. I will try to still leave with a full inventory in case they're useful later. I'm just over here assuming that the furs are worth keeping. Nope. Just get our last 2 levels and head to the next one. Hunter 14. Here it is, 15 Hunter. Nice. Very cool. I think that means it's time to warp out of here. Oh, I didn't bring enough runes. Whoops. Oh, I guess I still have the Camelot teleport. That's the one we wanted anyway. Okay. I did prepare correctly. Alright, so I believe next we have to go to butterflies. And I don't know how many other things I should bring in addition to the butterfly catching materials. So I'll probably at least bring a way to teleport back. We'll see what else though. And this one's a little bit more complicated to get there. I'm pretty sure it involves going to the tree gnome stronghold first. And then we have to like find an NPC that's going to take us to where we need to go for the butterflies. So I'm going to fast forward to the tree gnome stronghold. We've been there a million times. And we'll try to figure out what the next steps are. Speaking of blind playthroughs and interesting watching how other people make mistakes when they've never done something before. My niece is 3 years old. She just, took her pants down so she could go potty, and then she was trying to pull her pants back up, but she was standing on her pants. And she was just completely stuck. She had no way out. She needed me to come help her, stand up and pull her feet off of her pants so she could pull them back up. I feel like that's like watching me do the Evil Twin minigame. Or make mistakes with the pure essence buy orders, bank orders. Oh dear, it's terrible. What's terrible? Can you take me downstream in your boat? I'm not afraid, let's go. Hey, we paid for it. Okay, I think this island is where we want to be, right? In here, maybe? Maybe it's down here. Let me check and make sure I know which one it is. I don't want to go to the wrong area and get myself in trouble. Victoria's Fishing Colony. Maybe it's this one southwest here. Why are you so sad, Cammy? What's wrong? What's up? She's doing a thing where she's like rubbing her eyes and pulling down like she's pantomiming crying. She's not actually crying though. I'm smiling at her because it's funny and then she's trying really hard not to smile. Oh man, kids are goofy. Yeah, smiling. Alright, I'm gonna mute until I figure out where to start this thing and be right back. You're kidding. I have to click on the butterflies? It's kind of cool, but also seems extremely hard. Nice. Oh, wow. This might actually explain a lot. So, you remember earlier I was saying I was struggling with certain tasks in the agility courses because I had to click on a specific pixel? That might be an OpenGL thing. So here it's letting me get away with just clicking the square that it's on, but when I was in OpenGL it wasn't even giving me the option until it was like literally over the pixels of the butterfly. Okay, well that would make some agility courses a lot easier. Getting through that Mauritania shortcut, that sort of thing. I might go report that as a bug while I'm catching these butterflies. This is fun though. This is fun, and I like how different this is from the burrow chasing we were doing earlier. Like, this is what I was expecting all of hunting to be like, but the fact that there's occasional things that work like this, and that the butterflies move so erratically, it's pretty cool. I like it. Hunter 16. We're going to 30. I think we can get to 29 here. We might be able to push to 30, but I guess there's a new place that's way more effective after that. So maybe we'll go to 29 and then go to the new place. Okay, so inventory's full, and the wiki says I can release them. Oh, just to get my jars back. Gotcha. That makes sense. This is fun though, because a minigame like this feels a lot different from like skilling mining, where you're standing in one spot, or even attacking, because you have to just run around wildly. I feel like the in-game way of catching butterflies is a pretty good mirror for what you would do in real life. Hey, it's Hunter 17. Very cool. It's interesting when game mechanics map pretty well onto like what you would expect it to feel like. Because like mining in RuneScape or almost any game you'll ever play is not like real world mining, right? It's click node. Stand still, click thing. Hey, it's a genie. Cool. Thank you. Decide what to throw that lamp on. Probably one of those things I said is annoying to level, like farming or construction. Although at this point, I shouldn't hold on to it. Holding on to it's a waste. Ooh. I gotta figure out what I'm doing with that. I'll think about it. So yeah, I should hold on to it until I finish enough quests so that I get more XP from activating a lamp, but might not be necessary. Ooh, I got butterfly competition. I'm gonna switch worlds. One sec. Low ping, please. Okay, that's better. Hunter 18. Just 11 more before we head to the next task. Reported that OpenGL issue. I'm glad I checked because I was like, there's no way this game expects me to click that fluttering red pixel in exactly the right moment and get it on the right tick, right? I just reported it on the Discord. We'll see what they say. Hunter 19, get hype. Said something in the wiki about being able to get some extra XP with a bird snare. I guess I have to figure out where I should be putting it. Try like here, maybe. Hey, we caught one. That's cool. 3 more free slots. No shit. That's cool. Oh, I didn't get back to it in time? Oh. Still needed free slots, okay. Keep that in mind. Okay, I think I understand now. I need to go there with sufficient slots, too. Maybe that's the green circle, means I caught a bird and that's my time limit to pick it up. Oh, I completed a journal entry. Raw bird meat, orange feathers. Interesting. Okay, dump some of these jars. 458 GP, you're kidding me. That's just gotta be what they sell for on the market board, right? I don't think the merchant charged me that much. Okay, sounded like I needed 3 empty slots all the time. Maybe 4 in order to pick up the snares, so we'll just abandon the other jars, it's not a big deal. This is funny. I don't know if it would work, but these red ruby harvests sell for like 50 gold, but the bottles they come in sell for like 458 gold. So maybe I'll check the Grand Exchange later and see if that's something that I can cheese. After this next level up, I'm going to take a short break. I think I need to catch one more butterfly. Yeah, the bird snares are cool too. I wonder if I can lay multiples of them. Here's Hunter 20. Alright, so I'm going to take a short break. I just want to listen to the VOD and see exactly how distracting Cammy in the background going, makes things. If I think it's tolerable, I'll keep recording Hunter, otherwise I'll come back to it later after she takes her nap. See ya. Hey, we're back. From your perspective, no time has passed. From mine, many hours have passed. I watched the VOD with Cameron in the background. I don't think it was that bad. I guess you can tell me in the comments, which I won't read because I'm trying to stay blind, whether it was frustrating or not. But I'll do my best to not have background noise when I have the mic off. Besides, if I'm not playing RuneScape in the mornings, I can be editing RuneScape in the mornings, and then these can get published a little bit more quickly. Alright, we're working on 29 Hunter. We're at 10 Hunter, which is going to take a while. So I'm just going to run around and catch some butterflies and maybe catch some birds in the meantime. Enjoy. Oh, and by 10 I mean 20 Hunter. Okay. That's right, because we got to like 15 doing the weasels. Hunter 21, 8 more until we switch locations, 9 more until we're done for now with Hunter. Okay, I've learned something about these butterflies. My intuition keeps telling me to just spam click on them, but that is incorrect. I think you just want to click a butterfly exactly once, and then your character will just follow it and keep swinging until it catches it. Hunter 22. 7 to go till we change areas. Miles is here. That is a shield. Thanks, Miles. Hunter 23, 6 more. Hunter 24. Getting there. Catch rate's way higher at 24. I was having to swing like 3 or 4 times earlier, now it's like 1 or 2, usually 1. $25 Hunter. Multiple of 5 milestone, my favorite. You can now catch Sapphire Glacialis butterflies. Okay. Like I said, I think I want to go through and catch one of every huntable thing at some point. Not as like an official goal, but... I like the idea of doing the tour for a lot of these interesting skills like hunting and thievery. after we're high enough to not have to worry about failure slowing it down. I'd like to like really drain the drop tables on some of the pickpocket targets that we've met so far, but right now our skill is so low that it's an endeavor just to sit on one. "26 Hunter." Hunter 27. 2 more until we go to a new area. 3 more until we're done. So I think I just unlocked the ability to barehand baby implings, which I believe means that I can catch them without needing a tool. I think that's right. 27 Hunter's kind of infamous because it was an important level threshold for Swampletics in his videos, right? I guess that was his only way to earn Hunter experience, was barehanding implings at 27, and then Swamp Lizards, I want to say. It was a more recent video. At the time of this recording, I think he's 99 Hunter, but he hasn't gotten the Lucky Impling yet. He's got like a huge bounty out if you happen to see one in Mauritania. And you tell him, he'll give you money just for telling him, but then if it happens to drop the thing he needs, he gives you like hundreds of millions of gold. Because maybe we'll see one while we're doing Swamp Lizards, and he has no reason to go back there. We'll see. That is 28 Hunter, 1 more here, and then another one, I think it's in Canifis at the Swamp Lizard course. I'm actually going to take a break and then pick back up right from here. I guess I'll mention here, just kind of looking ahead. So when I was summarizing all the skills that we wanted to do before we start doing Slayer 40 and then Woodcutting 30 and the rest, I completely forgot to mention Strength is only 21. For some reason I thought I had finished that already. I'm out of things to fight with Strength that are obvious at skilling something else. Like we're done with cows. We probably have enough feathers to last a really long time. So between the beginning of this break and the end of this break, I'll try to do a little bit of research on the wiki and see if I can find an enemy that's somewhat level appropriate for like 20-ish strength that drops something good. Good, in my opinion, would be something like herbs. Would be really, really nice. So I'm probably going to search for low-level herb farming or something like that, just so we can start setting stuff aside for Herblore and for farming. We'll be back soon. Hey, we're back, and I'm a little miffed. The reason I went to bed earlier last night, like, I'll just wake up earlier and keep doing Hunter. I went to bed because I wanted to render the next episode. Rendering uses up all my CPU, so I can't record at the same time. And it usually takes about 6 or 7 hours to fully render a video, because there's so many frame changes with all the fast forwarding. So I went to do that, and wouldn't you know that Windows 10 decided to force an update last night while I was sleeping. And it forced an update, I don't know, like 10 minutes after I closed RuneScape, so if I had stayed on just a little bit longer, I would have seen the update happen and been able to set things back up. But nope, I've lost all that time and data. I kind of hate Windows 10. I guess it does some things that are good, but like, I guess Windows Defender is really great. I don't need to worry about having an antivirus anymore, but the snipping tool is a little bit better because it has history now. I think that's all that I like about Windows 10. But we don't need to dwell on those sorts of frustrations. We're playing RuneScape. We're getting 30 Hunter. Let's do that. It'll be fun. Here we go. You know, talk about a task that's benefiting from agility and and the graceful outfit, right? Like, it's almost impossible to catch these things if you're walking. They move too fast. Just feeling further justified in focusing on agility for as long as it did. Here comes 29 Hunter, and we can go do something new. Well, maybe? There it is. 29 Hunter. Can now trap swamp lizards. Which I think we want to do. I was mentioning last time that there's some really cool ludonarrative synergy in the butterfly capturing game. It's a really neat way to do that, and a neat skill to put it on, but I like it a lot less than the other hunter skills that we've tried so far. Hunter creatures, I should say. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here, and I think we have to go to Canifis to do this next thing with the swamp lizards. I'll have to go look it up really quick. So I'll be back in a sec. Oh, actually, before we go there, remember we found out that red harvests sell on the market board for like nothing, but the butterfly jars sell for like 500 or something. So I'm just going to see if I can abuse that market really quick. I was never really able to get in on the whole buying toads to pull off their legs game, because I don't know if people were listing toads, but hey, this is a skill up point for Hunter. Maybe people were lazy and brought the butterfly jars back with them and sold them. Probably not. Okay, so I was able to buy a stack of them for like free, basically. Let me see if these things sell, if they actually sell for the cost that's listed, because if they do, then I'm going to crash this market before we do anything else. I don't know how long it can possibly last. Okay, so that's not as much as I saw these things being worth last night, but it's still quite a bit. Oh, that's not worth it, though. The time it would take me to release the butterflies, there's arbitrage, there's value to be had there, but not the kind that's worth any of my time. Alright, well, now we know. Glad I checked. I need to do something with this lamp. I kind of want to wait and use it on something like construction, runecrafting, or herblore, but I also want to use it on one of those skills when they're further along. I guess I could just dump it in herblore now. I know I have to work for herblore basically no matter what I do. You know what? I think I'm just going to do that. Herblore level 4. And I'm going to go ahead and buy a small fishing net because I know I can get them from shops and I've been to one with it before. Just need to get a couple of them, right? Oh, right. The coin's back out. Boy. Okay, so I think I need at least 2 fishing nets, at least 2 ropes that I bought recently. I was struggling to try to look this up. I knew that I needed fishing nets and rope for this next task, but I didn't know, like, if it was consumable or not. And I think it's just you need to have one combo, like a rope fishing net combo, for every trap that you're allowed to place, and I think I'm only allowed to place 2. So, anyway, let's go to Canifis, see if we can find this course and give this a shot. turn OpenGL off whenever I have a tricky task like that, so I can click on the tile instead of the specific pixel. Alright, so looking for a hunter area. Oh shoot, I didn't really think about it, but that might be dangerous. Well, we'll go over there and try it, southeast of Canopus. Gotta regenerate from run energy real quick. Probably enough that I can safely run if anything aggroes me. Let's keep going. Got an achievement diary for having something drain energy from me. Snails here, huh? I guess those block me. Interesting. Alright, looks like you just have to have a net and a rope on you. Let's see. Dig for sandworm, white rabbits, drift out fishing. I'm trying to see when I get 3 traps. This is quite a bit more AFK. This is like the opposite of what I was just doing with the butterflies, which is super frantic, right? It was like traditional gathering nodes if your mining node was running around the screen at max speed constantly. So you get 3 traps at level 40, so that's going to be a while. Let's just work our way through this. You're kidding me, a Swamp Blizzard is a weapon? The stats on it actually aren't terrible. In fact, they might be better than my, It might be better than my Mithril Scimitar. I'll have to take a look. That would be funny. Looked it up. Swamp Blizzard requires 30 ranged magic and attack in order to be able to use, which we have. Exactly in the case of magic and ranged and attack. So maybe it is better than my Mithril Scimitar. That's funny. No kidding, it's a ranged weapon? I was gonna say, why does it require, oh my god, magic XP, ranged XP, strength XP? Holy shit. That's actually kind of cool. I didn't realize that they had like such variable attack options for different weapons. I was under the impression that this was pretty straightforward and basically the same for all weapons in the same class. That's nuts. I guess it uses a resource though, like there's an ammo for it. 30 Hunter. Alright. The quest to get all skills to 30 is going swimmingly. Hunter was a lot of fun. Butterflies were rough. I think I'm going to be good on butterflies for a while. Okay, so before we signed off last time, I was like, hey, I'm going to go do a little bit of research before I go to bed about what we can fight on to get strength up. That would be a productive enemy, because we're out of cows, we're more or less out of chickens. And I basically Googled enemies that drop lots of herbs that are low level and got Chaos Druids, I think. And actually, let me just pull up the wiki entry again. This is before I went to bed last night. Chaos Druid. Yeah, so there's some in this place called the Yanil Agility Dungeon, which I think we can only get to with a certain amount of agility. Yeah. Use the watch. You're gonna teleport. 82. Agility level of at least 40. So yeah, let's go somewhere that requires agility to get in. That sounds really fun. Very silly. Alright, if it's there though, that means we gotta go to Camelot, so stop at the bank to deposit all these swamp lizards and stuff. Also, I should grab a weapon for strength training. Completely forgot about that for a second. OpenGL can go back on because we're not doing anything that requires precise clicking. Now, I think that they cast magic, though, so I need to be careful about what I bring. Hold up. They attack with their fists, and also use... oh, okay. Well, if they attack with their fists, then I'm probably fine to bring armor. Should be good, right? Just see if I had any other, like... No, I think this is all I've got in terms of doing damage, so this should be fine. Actually, I wonder if the adamant pickaxe is better damage. Strength 19. strength 20. This is probably fine. Okay. And I probably want to bring some food just in case. Still have tons of birthday cakes, right? Okay, I think that should be good. Let's go. Off to Neil. Long walk. Have to do quests. Doing all of this grinding in order to get access to more quests. I can barehand a baby impling. Manage to catch the impling and acquire some loot. Huh, so I guess I don't need to have like a pot for it or anything like that. The loot must have been one of the runes that I already had, right? Does it show in my combat log somewhere? Loot here. Oops. Oh, it's from enemies only. Interesting. Forgot that I should be wearing the graceful outfit while we're running for multiple reasons. One, that's how I get the extra regen. And two, having it on counteracts the effect of having this heavy gear in my inventory in the first place. But I fixed it, so we're good. Basically, I think the rule is, like, we want the graceful outfit unless if we're doing literally anything that requires different armor. There's almost no reason to unequip it, basically. Okay, running Enil, I need to find out where this agility dungeon is. Northern entrance is a small house north of the Enil city walls. Southeast is the one I can't get to because you need 82 thievery, but I should be able to get to that one in the northwest here. Oh, I just saw this on the wiki. You need to have a slashing weapon to get through the door. I guess if you don't have one in your inventory, you need to like bring a knife or something. That's great. Okay, so we get aggroed right away going downstairs. Those are bats. Where are... I think the map in the game shows the enemies, right? Well, maybe not. Let's see if I can find these things. We're looking for Chaos Druids. Hey, that's why it's an agility dungeon. 37. Oh, that's higher level than I was expecting them to be. Maybe we need to go somewhere else to fight them. Try fighting one and see what happens. Strength 22. Good start. These guys can hit me for 5 with all this armor. That's pretty rough. I'm gonna quickly see if there's easier Chaos Druids in here somewhere. Oh, there might be back here. We don't want to fight the warriors. We want to fight level 13 ones. Yes, please. Very good. Which I don't think even aggro on me. Yeah, okay. I was nervous that we were going to have to leave and go somewhere else. I think this is going to work great, though. That went much better. It looks like there's an altar on the other side of the monkey bars, so I can restock my prayer. I don't have to, like, get perfect with prayer flicking. I'm a little bit nervous about that chaos altar. I'm gonna look it up really quick and make sure that there's no like bad punishment for touching it. Hey, Guam leaves, I can clean those. Yeah, maybe I don't regret using the what do you call it? The lamp on Herblore, because once I get to 5, I can clean a bunch of new herbs if I recall correctly. Strength 23. I'm gonna see if I can tap the altar real quick. Wow, that was bad. I fell somehow. I don't know how to get out of here. Staircase, maybe? Yeah, damage too. Yikes. Okay, let's not talk about that ever again. Maybe that was a one-way staircase to get out of it also. Man, our weeds are like 8k gold. Probably need to start saving every single herb I find. Just in case, you know. I still need to get Herblore to a decent level, and I don't want to go on the Grand Exchange and buy a ton of it. I need 48 Guam leaves to get Herblore to 5. Yikes. So I just looked up Chaos Altar earlier to see if there was any danger in me activating it. I did not look at the specific Chaos Altar that's in here. That's a trap that causes you to fall to the floor below. I guess the other way you fall down there is to fail the agility course, I guess. Strength 24, 6 to go, and then we're going to go do Slayer 40. I should train ranged on these guys next time I have to train ranged. Guess they're weak against it. I should be able to safe spot them, right? They're easy to kill. They meet all the requirements. I guess the bonus of fighting these guys in the agility dungeon. The first one I saw on the list was go to a place that's technically in the wilderness. Chance to get PK'd. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Should I avoid getting PK'd, and I guess I avoid other players? Oh damn, I might need the vial of water with the Guam leaf. Is that the recipe? Oh, nice. Wait. Guam potion unfinished. So I didn't get any XP for it? Alright, I need to look into that. 1 second. Strength 25. Hooray for multiples of 5. I'm actually curious what I unlocked from leveling up strength. Halberds? Halberds and what else? Armor, Void Knight equipment at 42. Couple shortcuts. Oh yeah, I guess getting up to 30 lets me do Leaping Salmon once I get fishing high enough. So that's cool. Yeah, that's definitely going to be happening at some point. Alright. Working on 30. Let's do it. Oh shit, there are stores where I can buy Eyes of Newt? I guess I need that with the Guam potion to do stuff. It's probably going to be a better way to level Herblore than to depend on herb cleaning. I don't think I get any XP directly for combining the water vial. Yeah. Okay, in that case, once we need to restock, I might see if I can find a place that sells Eyes of Newt, but I think my best bet looks like it's Port Sarim, so maybe we'll just skip over there real quick after we finish getting Strength 30 before we start the Slayer 40 leveling. Wow, we got a random event. Who's this? Oh, the Beekeeper. I'm actually going to skip this one. I don't like this one. Please find someone else. Okay, I think we're close enough to the town that I should be able to bounce out and deposit all this stuff fairly safely. Once I get to the level 13 Chaos Druids, I'm really safe. So I'll probably open up more inventory space. I like having a teleport on me as an oh shit button. So I have to make a choice here. Do I want to bring a bunch of birthday cakes in case of an emergency? Still some ways I could screw this up. I could get into a fight with the bat for no reason. I take a bunch of damage while I run out because I have to run past dangerous enemies to leave. Well, we'll see. I'll see what happens on my way out, and then I'll decide what to bring back in with me. Alright, strength 26, total level 650. Getting up there. Okay, I'm gonna try to work my way out of here to go save really quick. Huh. By save, I mean, bank stuff. I guess it's the same thing, right? Force of habit. I'm gonna want to buy some more stuff from the hunter shop while we're down here, since it's so annoying to get to Anil right now. Just deposit everything first, then I'll make some decisions. So I can do young implings with a trap. But I need to have the traps on me, it's not worth carrying around. Wait till I can be able to barehand them. Bank is in dire need of sorting soon. I wish this game had an auto sort, but I guess I understand why it doesn't. In an earlier VOD, I made some comment about, I wonder why this game doesn't have a transmog system. I feel like I would easily pass a poll. Out of curiosity, I googled it, and there were a bunch of people on the subreddit being super toxic about why would you ask for a transmog? That's garbage. Go play WoW, you scrub, blah blah blah. So maybe that's not a thing, but auto sort maybe. I feel like you could probably set up a simple one, right? Who builds monkey bars in a Chaos Druid dungeon? I guess these druids are just trying to stay buff. Or they work hard and they play hard, something like that. So while we were prepping for the Creature of Fenkenstrain quest, one of the things it mentioned was you should have a holy symbol. And I'm like, what's that? Why do I want that? I guess it keeps the vampires, makes them leave you alone when you're doing this section with the trying to find the gardener's head. I'm like, okay, I can make a holy symbol, whatever. I need to craft some stuff for it, and I've got the crafting for that. But I guess you need 31 prayer to be able to get a monk to bless it for you, which is very specific. We were at 30 prayer, and if I keep burying these bones, I know I said I wasn't going to do regular bones anymore, but that was only when I was farming cows, and it was taking a long time to juggle my inventory. These enemies take long enough to kill, and I can bury the bones mid-swing with melee. It's probably fine. But it was getting brutal with ranged because burying the bones would interrupt the attack speed. Anyway, I bring that up to say I hope I get 31 prayer while doing strength here, or we get close to it, because I don't know if there's going to be somewhere else that's a use case for the holy symbol, but that section certainly would have been easier. We wouldn't have had to teleport it out if we had had one. Strength 27. Very. I'm going to recalibrate these prices based on what's reasonable for me to see at this stage in the game. I feel like I'm not going to see anything worth 10,000, 100,000, or 1,000,000 gold for a while, so I'll change these colors up. Get some more reasonable price thresholds, right? Let's say anything that costs more than 10,000 that's a drop is an insane price, at least as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure we'll adjust it later as our standards of wealth change. Looked at the map there because I'm looking up places to buy this Eye of Newt. Guess Taverley is one, which is near Valador. Maybe we'll do that. We'll see how many of these like Guam leaves I can get, because I think I can make some early potions that will make Herblore way less miserable. I just need access to more things to do, right? Strength 28, just 2 more, and then we're doing new stuff. You know, it just occurred to me that maybe this whole grinding Herblore thing might not be as bad as I thought, given that these Druids are easy to fight, they drop good stuff, they seem to be pretty good for melee skilling, possibly good for range skilling, so I think they're weak against ranged. The reason I'm groaning is that I was planning to go right into questing and just get XP from questing for Herblore at first, but it might make sense for me to take some of my combat classes a little bit higher, particularly defense. And just farm in here for like a while. This room is great. There's a million enemies, they're easy to kill. Basically no risk. Don't take any damage, I can kind of pseudo AFK it. My big concern is that I'm not going to be able to actually make any potions for a long time with Herblore. And I need to like farm some really rare drops like I have newt or specific herbs, but the herb drop rate in here is great. The reason I consider that specifically is that higher combat level is going to make every other quest easier to do because fewer enemies will aggro us. Well, in any case, when I get to 30 strength, we'll take a break from this to go do the Slayer 40 thing I was talking about earlier. I still really want to do that. So it's basically taking some Chaos Runes, possibly ranged if we get a task that's low enough level. Skilling Slayer to 40 so we can fight Basilisks, so we can get the Mithril Axe, so we can do wood cutting, fire making, fletching, and construction. I might end up doing construction 30 before we start doing quests, because I think once I have wood cutting up, I should be able to do it. It's a little bit annoying to convert the logs into planks, but we should be able to. Maybe we have to buy the player house when we do that, which might be nice, because I have the teleport house spell and haven't had any opportunity to use it so far. So it just occurred to me that vials of water might be trivial to obtain. I might not need to hold on to 5 of them. So I googled it, and sure enough, the same shop that's going to sell those Eyes of Newt also sells vials of water for like 2 gold a piece. So I'm probably going to dump these so I can have more room for herbs. Strength 29, 1 to go, and then it's Slayer time. Might have to do some resource gathering real quick in order to be able to have enough runes, but shouldn't be that big of a deal. There's that magical strength 30. Oh man, skills look so nice now. 30. There's a couple holes. There's Herblore, rune crafting, construction, and farming that are holes, but nevertheless. Alright, I'm gonna get one more herb before we leave to take advantage of a full inventory. We'll bounce. I don't know, we'll have to think about what we're doing with Herblore. I don't think I need to get it to 30 before we start focusing on quests. It seems like Herblore leveling seems to be all about having options, like being able to clean more herbs and be able to use more herbs on more recipes. And the way you have more options is to be higher level. So maybe we can try to... Maybe we can do a part 1 questing focus that's just doing quests that grant XP to the hassle skills that we mentioned to kind of get them off the ground so we can actually do some things with them. I think that's Herblore, farming, construction to some extent, and rune crafting. Yeah, and that'll give us a way to organize the grinding instead of just saying, hey, let's just start from the top, the first quest, and work our way down the list. Let's do all the quests that grant XP for those skills first. Alright, time to go. I have been freaking out about banking because I was not understanding how bank tabs worked. Right? We're over on the left side here. I think this is like a filter. Sort of. These are actual tabs, which is what I wanted. I want to be able to put all of my Herblore stuff in a tab. All of my gear in a tab. Okay. Well. Oh, and it separates them with little lines. Okay, alright. I'm less stressed out about that. Now, I'm not going to do that now, but at some point I think I'm going to take like an hour and organize my bank. Good lord. Alright, we gotta pop by Varrock because I need to buy as many Chaos runes as I can. We might have to interrupt this this grinding session at some point in order to go farm for swamp toads, but we'll see how far we can get. Again, the plan is Slayer 40, probably via magic leveling, and I'll be back once we get to something interesting. Okay, I'm going to make these Slayer bracelets real quick because I have the opals for them, and then we'll get going. I might do some more pickpocketing later to get more of those bracelets. I feel like I should be able to do that pickpocketing a lot more easily now that we're 30 thievery. But that won't be the focus for now. Looks like our Slayer task was pyrefiends, which was forever ago. I do not remember where that was. Look it up. Reminic Slayer Dungeon, that's right. It was like north of Camelot, I want to say. We'll do that very soon-ish. Go ahead and grab the first part of the holy symbol while I'm here, and then once we hit 31 prayer, I'll craft it. Have it in our back pocket in the future in case we have an issue. Sorry, random guy, I didn't mean to punch you. Guess you're dead now. So I'm a horrible person. Oops. There it is. Cool. Just need to go to this Herblore shop first. Does Taverley have a bank? It does not. Well, that changes things. Is there a shop that does have a bank? There was... Port Sarum had a Herblore shop. Really just need a bunch of Eyes of Newt from him, right? I can make a run there. Oh, I guess they sell water-filled vials in packs too. Okay, I'll just do that then. I'll get 2 big packs and then run back and deposit them. And then we'll go do Slayer. Well, I might try to make potions out of the Guam leaves I've already collected, and maybe the marrow leaves if we get up to 5. Then we'll go do Slayer. Been delaying the Slayer training for so long. I don't want it to be over. It's my favorite skill. I need to make a counter for the number of times I fucking forget to bring money with me to places. I really just expect that the game is gonna have like a separate pack for that sort of a thing. Alright, we'll go grab the money from the bank and then run back again. Such a dumbass. It's so annoying. Alright, let's see what we can do with Herblore here. Get my Guam leaves out too. That XP is so much better than cleaning leaves. 5 Herblore. That unlocks some new stuff. Clean Marintil. Very cool. Herblore 6. Anti-poison mix. What's that? What about it? Anti-poison mix. Cure poison, protect your anti-poison plus row. Attack potions. I can clean Marintil now. How much of it did I set aside though? 7? Might be enough to get a level up. Just barely. 7 Herblore. Great. The options just keep blowing up. So what's anti-poison require? Marintil and Unicorn Horn Dust. Okay, that's not gonna happen for a while. I'll go ahead and deposit these and we'll go find something else to do here. Is it time? Now am I ready to go do Slayer? Let's do it. I think it is time. Fire. Oh, I need more air runes. I almost forgot. That would have been a bummer. Got that, this spell that I'm using to attack uses those. Hopefully 1677 Chaos Runes is gonna be sufficient. That's everything I need. It's, is there a rune shop in Falador? Am I that lucky? It's a gem shop. No, let's just do Varrock and then everywhere else we have to go. Just remember to stop at the bank and get gold this time, though. Oh my god. Okay, so check this out. I was looking up pyrefiends to find out back where they were. Okay, Frenetic Slayer Dungeon, got it. Reading the pyrefiend article, it's like, oh yeah, you know, you can safe spot these things with halberds. And I'm like, well, wait, what? You could safe spot with a melee weapon? Melee weapons have reach? Reach is a thing in this game? That changes everything. Like, the way I was leveling melee before was putting myself in significant way of harm, having to bring lots of like food resources to top off. If I could safe spot stuff, even if it's a slow attacking weapon, then I don't always need to be focusing magic. Surprise exam. Come to school for a test. Sure, I can take an exam. I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh god. Slacking in your studies, so it's time for an exam. 2 types of question. One type requires you to find the next object in a pattern. Present you with 15 cards and a hint. Discover 3 cards related to the hint. Select them and confirm. What comes next? Sword, mace, axe, rapier. Keep using your brains rather than trying to eat them. Next question. Examine the hint on the right and find piracy's a crime, but go find the pattern anyway. The objects related to piracy. Hook hand. Not a pie. Treasure chest is not an option, right? Eye patch, here we go. Next question. Pick the object that should come next in the pattern. Rune, staff. Rune, right? Well done! You've proven your aptitude for pattern recognition. Receive a book once you leave the classroom. There's a book of knowledge to further your education. Okay. I love all the enemies in here. This is great. The dragon instructor. Random events are cool. Okay, what's a book of knowledge? Oh, it's a genie lamp. Huh. Well, I guess let's do Herblore, because it sucks. 105 Herblore experience. Not enough for level, get me pretty close to 8. Although, ooh, that may have been a mistake. I guess I should Google. I thought it was exactly the same as a lamp, but lamps give you XP equal to your level times 10, and that gave me quite a bit more. Ooh, I hope that wasn't a mistake. Well, I'll look it up real quick. Your level times 15, so it's slightly more potent. Making sure it wasn't like insanely more potent. If I'd used that on agility, I would have gotten, what, like 600, about 1,000 XP or something? Which is like 1.5 laps of the werewolf agility course, not that big of a deal. I don't think that was the Slayer dungeon. Hold on, where's the Slayer dungeon? Southeast of Relica. Oh, it's by the golden apple tree. Whoops. Well, let's go back through there. Try not to die. No, we haven't trained Slayer in like 40 hours or something. I missed it. It was a lot of fun. I guess I could technically use ranged here. Or once we get to an enemy that's within the same skill range as my range stat. But I wouldn't mind continuing to level magic, because I think there's some stuff that's still exciting. I'm getting a new fire spell soon, Fire Blast. Oh yeah, charging the orbs we're gonna want. I don't know why we'd want. Bones to Peaches. Okay, so I guess 66 is an important magic threshold because it gets us access to the Magic Guild. I should just check how much we need for quests. Magic? Oh, we need a magic of 75. Okay, so skilling magic is not a waste of time regardless. I could start doing defense and magic again, since there are no like big magic thresholds that I'm super excited about like we were before with what was it? High level alchemy. I like to get my defense up, and this is a good way to do it because I do a shitload of damage per hit. Let's do that. Okay, off we go. After all that, I didn't bring the Expeditious Bracelet, but I'll hold on to it until we get to a task that is not as easy as pyrefiends. These guys don't aggro, they're easy to safe spot. You get a harder one, that's the one I want to use the bracelet on anyway, right? Oh, that's good to know. The basilisks are in this same cave. Keep that in mind. Crafted that magic amulet forever ago and never actually got a chance to use it because I hadn't been using Chaos Runes. It is a huge difference. These things die fast, it's awesome. Fuck yeah, Chaos Runes. I need those. About about pays for the runes I just used killing that imp. Hit points 45. We haven't gotten an HP level in forever. I think we may have gotten one during range training, just from brute force so many cows killed. It's a nice round, multiple of 5 though, I'm excited. We should hit defense 31 when this impling dies here. I guess not. Thanks a lot. OS, buddy. Oh, yeah, I guess we need 146 XP, it'll be a bit. Yeah, I thought that the kills left estimator was like, we know how many hit points the mobs you're fighting have, so we know how much XP they should give you. And then maybe it's just got some jank associated with it. Defense 31, cool. Just keep pumping that, I guess, so long as I'm not insanely excited about magic level ups. I do want them eventually. I'm going to need 75, but since defense is so much lower and I'm doing so much damage per hit, I can probably get defense levels pretty fast here. Someone killed a basilisk and dropped the mithril axe over there. I might try to grab it. It'll probably despawn by the time I make it. See, we're counting that. I'm okay with that. Picking up loot that's on the ground. It's not the same as the market board because it's not something that I can like reliably reproduce, right? That's the thing I don't like about... The thing I don't like about cheesing stuff with the market board is that it becomes more efficient to play the market board or to like collect swamp toads than to play the game. This is just a random chance thing. Oh, it despawned. That's so... It was so close. It makes me so sad. Such sadness. Yeah, so like I wouldn't want to accept dropped gear from randos or to trade with other players in general, but like if through random happenstance someone else is fighting something and it happens to drop something I want, I think that's part of it being a multiplayer game and not a single player game, right? Well, really, it's interesting how much of a single player game RuneScape really is. Like, even without Iron Man mode, you barely interact with other players through the core gameplay loop. Skilling, right? Like, you're allowed to fight the same enemy, are you? There's no party system. Pretty sad about that mithril axe spawning. I didn't see it in time. Wasn't even sure I could use that agility. I keep slowing things down to pick up these coins. I think I can probably not do that. I just need to think about like... Think about the value of the coins in comparison to how many swamp toads I would need to gather in order to meet that value. Adamant med helm, that's cool. I already have the full helm, so I don't think it's a buff. I'm not sure if like the med helm is strictly worse than the full helm or what the deal is with that, but still, it's cool. Got a medium glue scroll, that's cool. I haven't got one of those in a while, and I think the one that I did dropped some really valuable stuff, so. South Engines of Varrock, I love it. I looked up an item highlight list, so I noticed there's the ability to highlight stuff. Add that, and then we'll add Mithril Axe, because I want that one specifically. Alright, Slayer 39. One more to go, and then we can fight those basilisks and try to get our Mithril Axe. Maybe, possibly. 12 Chaos Runes, yes please. I will take those. Oh, we're almost done with the task as well. I was only looking at the Slayer XP per hour. 2 more of these, and then I might go see what the new task is, and then take a short break. Completed 12 tasks and received 4 points, giving you a total of 40. Return to a Slayer Master. Can do. Oh, it's taunting me by dropping a steel axe. Alright, let's go do that. It's Varrock. Let me see about this clue scroll too. Charlie the Tramp. Due south. Oh god damn it! I really wish I could make it so that whenever I teleport, the map would face north immediately. I wish I could lock the mini-map, but I know that they've specifically said they're not going to allow that. I guess it would make it really easy to bot if the bots could always be 100% certain what each pixel on the mini-map represented. Oh well. I still don't click the mini-map to move, but I think with OpenGL, it's not as big of a deal. I think when OpenGL is off, like the world doesn't render far enough ahead that you can click ahead. I have a question for you. Charlie's given you a challenge scroll. How many coins would I have if I have 0 coins and attempt to buy 10 loaves of bread for 3 coins each? I mean, if you have 0, it would still be 0, right? Am I a crazy person? Yeah, I thought so. Correct. New clue scroll. Nicholas, northeastern point of Port Piscarilius, north of the fishing shop. No idea where that is. Okay. Pop at a bank. We'll go over to the Edgeville dungeon and see what the next Slayer task is, and then we'll sign off for a little bit. Crawling Hands. Okay. No idea where that is. Canifus Slayer Tower. Canifus Slayer Tower, Crumble Undead Works. Let me remind myself what the requirements were for that. Okay, it's still Chaos Runes, but 2 Earth, 2 Air is a lot cheaper than what I was using. Because I can't auto-cast it, which is annoying, but I'm going to go ahead and head to... oh, let me grab my Expeditious Bracers in case these guys are stupid or annoying to fight. Actually, what level are they? That might impact my plans here. Combat level 8. Okay. So magic is not worth bothering with here. I may as well do this and level up my other combat stats a little bit more. So I'll bring something else with me instead. Okay, should be good. Gonna head to the Slayer Tower and find one, maybe hit one of them, and we're gonna take our break. And then next session we'll start off from there. Oh yeah, I can catch these young implings now, right? Oh, I can't barehand them yet. Okay. 32 Hunter. Gotcha. Is that the Slayer Tower right there? Northwest corner? Hold on. Canifus Slayer Tower. Northwest at Canifus. Okay. Let's go for it. Okay, I think I'm going to want the Expeditious Bracers for this because these things are so low level they give like no Slayer XP, and they want me to kill 120 of them, which will be nice for leveling my strength and attack and that sort of thing, but I'd like to burn through them a little bit faster, so I'm going to pop back over to the Canifus Bank really quick. I'm going to grab them and bring them back here. And then we're going to take our break. So it doesn't take a break, but I want to see the Expeditions Bracelet function, right? I think it only has a chance to trigger its charge. Oh, it's cool. It shows you what's your kill count. Oh, this buddy's pretty awesome. There it goes. Helps you progress the Slayer task faster. 29 charges left. It's cool it has 30 charges, so that'll actually be, with me bringing 2 bracelets, it's perfect for these Prowling Hands. I'll nuke through almost all of them by the time I'm done. Alright, taking a break. We'll be back. I think the plan is, just for the future, see, we hit another 8-hour threshold at 88 hours, so I'd like that to be Slayer 40. So if we go over a little bit to hit Slayer 40, that's fine. See you soon. Alright, I'm back, and the goal is 40 Slayer. We're going to cut the video once we get to that, so let's do it. Just got a drop called Yellow Gloves that are worth 1,000 gold for some reason. So they don't do anything special. Maybe it's just Fashionscape. I think only the big hands count for the Expeditious Bracer, so I'm just going to focus on that. Strength 31. We'll see what strength we get to in the process of doing this. Teal gloves. Alright, so I guess they just drop different colored leather gloves. It's kind of cool. For whatever reason, the yellow ones are worth way more than the teal ones. I was just thinking I'd really like to have a adamant scimitar now, since we're 30 attack and can equip one, so I was checking where can I find one. No shop show it that I can access. Calphite Soldier has a chance to drop it, believe it or not. What's the drop chance? Basically 0. Okay, so we definitely don't want to go there unless if we get a Slayer assignment to go there. And then we can just kind of hope that something exciting happens. We'll see. Emerald Ring, that's cool. 699 coins. Can I enchant that into something? I probably can. Let me take a look. Emerald and Jade Jewelry. Yeah. Looks like it enchants into a Ring of Dueling. 8 teleports. Due to the low cost of the ring, many players use it to bank quickly at the Castle Wars chest. Clan Wars teleport allows a player to enter and leave the Clan Wars portal while gaining full health, prayer, and run energy, while the Clan Wars teleport places the player slightly further away from a bank chest. Hey! Oh, strength 32. I was like, did I just level up Slayer? No way, we got tons of... We probably won't level Slayer by the time we finish these Crawling Hands. Yeah, strength 32. Awesome. I'm thinking about taking strength to 35 or so. I'm happy to have strength, attack, and ranged up a bit so that if we get a lower level task like this, I'm not basically wasting my time doing magic on these things, right? I would just nuke them so fast. Right, so reading about this Ring of Dueling. Teleports to the duel arena, the castle wars, or the clan wars. So those are like PvP games, I guess? I don't know. I wonder what they mean when they say, what exactly does close to a bank mean, too? Because, like, Varrock is reasonably close to a bank. Hey, random event. Talk to him once this thing dies. No problem. Full. Bar. Coins. Cool. Gold ring. Apparently it doesn't sell for anything. Alright, back to the grind. We need 67 more crawling ends. It doesn't take. Researching this thing's drop table just to see if it drops anything interesting, and I guess it has like a 1 in 500 chance of dropping itself. So you can taxidermy, which I'm not as interested in the taxidermy part. Apparently the thing that you can taxidermy you can also take to some altar somewhere. If we get it, we'll look for it. But it gives you like a shitload of prayer experience, like of order 1,000 or something, which would be enough for a level up, so if it drops, I'll be pretty pumped. There's a chance with every death. 1 in 500 is not that bad, right? No, we only have to kill 120. Strength 33. Trying to decide if I want to do 2 more and then switch back to attack. It looks like my hit rate's actually pretty decent, I say as I splash. I feel like strength might be the way to go, and all the way up to like 40, just so that I can hit for more damage per swing. We might change things up if we end up fighting an enemy later that we struggle to hit, but damage equals XP, even if I'm switching to attack later, so I think strength first, now that we have a decent bedrock foundation of accuracy is worth it. Oh, purple gloves, that's cool. Still worth less than the yellow, though. Wow, that's why. Red gloves. We're gonna get one of every color before we get out of here. Those ones seem to be worth a little bit less than the yellow. Yellow is the most expensive for some reason. Someone's trying to cosplay as a banana. Wow, another emerald ring. That's cool. It's potentially 16 charges of teleport. I probably won't use that teleport all the time, but I guess I'll try to keep an eye on where those locations are. Let's just look here. It would be faster to teleport there than where I've been teleporting. That'd be nice. Oh, wrong spot. Castle Wars. Castle Wars is right by Yanil. That's nice. Okay. That's actually a big deal until I can do the quests that allow me to teleport to the Watchtower. Yanil is like my longest walk right now by a long shot of places that I like routinely visit. So definitely enchant both of those rings. Use them for that. I'm actually seeing the benefit of leveling up my strength. Like, I'm hitting for 6 pretty often. I think I was hitting for like 5 or 4 when we first got in here, so that's exciting. Speaking of strength, strength 34. Very cool. So I won't get 35 by the time we finish these crawling hands, but we're in a better position than we started. Hey, the Slayer task is done. I didn't realize we were that close. Oh, and they dropped a sapphire ring. That's cool. Enchant that too. I'm actually going to keep going. We're super close to prayer 31. Yeah, I need like one more bone, I think. So 44 Slayer points out of something like 1,200 that we need. Alright, is this prayer 31? Prayer 31. Can now use the prayer ultimate strength, and you can enter the monastery. Okay, so they do tell you about the monastery. Still might not have reason to know that going there is significant because it gives you the ability to bless your holy amulet, holy symbol. But I think that that's really cool, like very flavorful. That if you have a, I can use my words here. If you have a holy symbol that vampires don't attack you, like that's so specific. But I could see that being useful if we have to travel through that dangerous part of Mauritania again. So I guess I can start flicking the 15% prayer if I remember to ever restore my prayer points. Alright, let's go see what the next task is, and then we'll calibrate our gear based on that. I remembered to point the camera north before doing anything. I'm just gonna shame myself every time I screw it up. There's a lot of PvP going on over here, looks like. Holy crap. Let's not go towards all that. That seems bad. 27 Ankou. I don't think I've ever fought one of those before, and the fact that he's only having me kill 27 of something is a little concerning. He's never requested that few creatures. Ankou, skeletal ghostly monsters, common death and blood rune drops. Stronghold of security, level 75. Stronghold Slayer Cave, that might be better. So definitely need magic to fight this thing, it looks kind of dangerous. Okay, so I think the Stronghold Slayer Cave might be easier, but let me take a look. Let's see. I'm just trying to make a decision on which ones I want to go fight. The ones in the Stronghold of Security are technically closer. I guess I have to make it through the Pit of Pestilence. But I could try to just run through it. Either way, we gotta go to Varrock and make some deposits and changes, so I'm gonna do that now. I'll try to make a decision about which one we're going to. I just don't want to get, like, one shot, right? I might need the Stronghold just to finish getting crap in there, you know? We didn't do everything. I think we got to like level 4 for a Slayer task, and that was it. I'm hoping 5 cakes will be enough to get us down there, if nothing else. Staff of Fire. Alright, so we are going down to the bottom of the Stronghold of Security, the very silly dungeon that rewards you for having an authenticator and answering silly questions about account security. Try to get down there, and we'll be back in a bit once I make it to... I guess we'll talk about it once we get to the 3rd floor and actually explore it a little bit. Okay, this is our first time on floor 3. We're just gonna... I think all the questions we've seen, basically all of them. But if anything exciting happens, I'll stop to talk. Sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Be wary of these kinds of scams. Alright. Open the box of health. Congratulations, Victor. You've been deemed worthy of this reward. I've also done the idea reward. Must be because I have the authenticator that it gave it to me. Alright, I think this is the floor that we want down here. God. This place is a mess, visually. Hold up. Level 159 zombies, that's not a good sign. Okay, I think that little corner there with the skeletons is a potential safe spot. These are the things that we want to fight. I just want to be careful with where we stand for it. Let me go ahead and eat really quick. Two-step authentication. Don't run out from the safe spot. That's a bad idea. Okay, I think we're good here. Let's enjoy our Slayer levels. I will not use that bracer. I already have it unequipped, right? Okay. Cool, enjoy. Oh, cool. 15 noted pure essence. I need to get 50 of them to pay myself back, right? I feel like the buying pure essence on the Grand Exchange was actually more egregious than Mithril Gear. I guess I could have gone and done Rune Essences or the Rune Mysteries quest to unlock rune crafting, but I didn't really understand what was happening during that quest, and I mostly just wanted to focus on agility. So okay, this playthrough isn't about purity, adhering rigidly to our playstyle philosophy. Hey, 32 defense, very cool. The playstyle philosophy is just a mode where we feel like we have to justify decisions that we make, which I think is good, rather than just doing things arbitrarily. I think it also means you all get to hear more of my thought process on why I'm doing something, than if we just had a completely open playthrough where I would just go on the Grand Exchange and buy whatever I needed. If I need to explain why I'm doing it and why I think it's worth it every time, I think that's helpful for content. Left skull half. What the hell is that? Left skull half. Part of the skull scepter. Huh. Okay, figure out what the skull scepter is. Oops, I didn't mean to waste that on the coins. 8 coins, folks. There we go, that's much better. Skull scepter. Combined by untradeable items dropped by monsters in the stronghold security. It's able to teleport to the entrance of the stronghold, which makes him to charge. Scepter initially holds 5 charges and can be upgraded to contain more charges, including different tiers of the Varrock Diary. That's not that helpful of a teleport. I mean, it's such a short walk from Varrock. I won't stress about trying to get that. Weapon poison, I haven't seen that before. The Slayer XP is so much better in here than it was on those crawlers. It's too bad they only gave us 27 enemies. Oh. Black robe? Ooh, this doesn't mean an upgrade over my current Zamorak robe? That's potentially super exciting. Magic +3. Oh, I forgot to put on my shit anyway. It is actually... It has +1 attack bonus, so it is worth it. Awesome. That's the first upgrade we've gotten for magic since we started, pretty much. Fantastic. That's super exciting. I'm pumped about that. I wonder if they drop bottoms too. I might. Blood rune. So that's worth a decent amount of money. That's cool. The Slayer XP here is quite good. I think we're going to hit Slayer 40 first before we finish the task, but then I want to go ahead and finish up the task here. Just on the off chance that we manage to randomly get Basilisks as our Slayer task, that'd be too good, right? Hey, Magic 59. If I can get some Death Runes, I can try out Fire Blast, but I have a feeling it might be too expensive. I guess I can figure out what the XP difference is. I thought the same thing with Chaos Runes. Like, I'll just keep using Mind Runes because they're basically free. And then I saw how much damage the Chaos Runes did. I'm like, oh. Oh. Hey, speaking of Death Runes, I'll give these a try. 2 damage, not a great first start. Okay, so it potentially hits pretty hard, but it's not as big of an XP jump, it feels like, from Chaos Runes, and much more punishing when you miss. So maybe Death Runes you reserve when you have a lot of magic attack. The Death Rune drop rate's actually pretty good, though. Maybe I would justify using it on these guys if I just keep using the ones that they drop. Yeah, 15 damage is pretty cool. Hey, hit points 46. Cool. There is Slayer 40. That's what we came here to do. We now killed basilisks. We're going to kill these last 3 Ankous, and then it's time to go to the basilisks and try to get that drop we need. Mithril Hatchet. Alright, 14 tasks, 48 points out of 1200 something. Turn to a Slayer Master. So that's going to be a wrap for today. I'll leave the Slayer Master's next task as a surprise for the start of the next video. We're going to go fight basilisks right at the start of the next video regardless. Thanks folks for watching, and see you in episode 12.